Hi, hello, welcome to Meki Teki. Learn as engineer, teach as champion. First, I would like to thank my family and I would like to thank my mentor, Professor R. Surendran from GCT Coimbatore, and Almighty my God, my friends, followers, and my dear students and subscribers. Today's topic of interest is we are going to discuss some of the objective type questions in engineering mechanics. So, this is continued as part 1 to 3. So, please continue all the parts. Then only you will get a uh, detailed objectives about the engineering mechanics. The series of subjects are going to come soon. And here the first question is the force which does not meet at one point and their line of action does not lies on the same plane is known as. The options are given here and I would like to give a detailed answer like this. If I said coplanar, the all forces it should meet at a plane. So this is a plane, so all the forces in any direction should meet at the plane. It is called as a coplanar. Where concurrent is if all the forces together and meets at a point, it is called as a concurrent force. And other force like collinear. Collinear means all forces having the same line of action, which is called as a collinear force. So you should remember these three things, then you can easily understand the question. The question is the forces does not meet at a plane and does not lies in the same plane, or does not meet at a point and does not meet at a plane. Therefore, it is called non-coplanar and non-concurrent force. Therefore, here the option D is the right one since it is non-coplanar and non-concurrent forces. And next, the question is yes, you come and answer this. Concurrent force is those force whose line of action is meet at one point, which is called concurrent force. Yes, the concurrent means the forces should meet at a point. And the next question is a very important question, a very superb question. The law of machine. In the law of machine, the P is the effort applied to lift the load, M is the constant which is equal to the slope of the line, and W is the weight lifted, and C is the another constant which represents the mechanical machine friction. The law of machine is the P effort is equal to M into W plus C. Therefore, option C is the correct answer. You should remember this formula. It is very important formula. So the law of machines is very important. The effort which is equal to the product of a slope constant and a load and the sum of this and the machine friction. The next question is the wheel of a moving car possesses the the wheel of the moving car. When it says this is the wheel, it is rolling around the road, so it is getting rotating. What happen if the wheel continues the rotation, the kinetic energy in rotation as well as the kinetic energy in translation? Therefore, option D is the correct one. So, the wheel of a moving car possesses both kinetic energy of translation as well as the kinetic energy of rotation. So, this you have to remember. Okay. The next question is the resultant of two equal forces P making an angle theta which is given by let me draw the forces like this. So both are having P and makes an angle of theta. What will happen? It is 2p cos theta by 2. 2p cos theta by 2. Next is a superb question. The coefficient of resistance of an inelastic bodies is. Let me explain one thing. We can say inelastic or plastic. You can easily remember we have the coefficient of resistance for the plastic as well as the elastic bodies. If you can remember by means of a name itself, in elastic, if it is a body is an elastic body, so it having all the way of ones. So coefficient of resistance of an elastic body which is equal to 1, where the plastic bodies or inelastic body, the plastic P, the capital P, so 0 is there. So you can easily remember for the plastic or inelastic body the coefficient of resistance is 0. So this is how we can easily remember the questions and then the answers. Next is a very interesting and superb question. If the number of forces are acting at a point, their resultant will be inclined at an angle theta with the horizontal such that the answer is tan theta is equal to the sum of vertical forces divided by sum of the horizontal forces. So this is the resultant angle. So this is the resultant angle made by the number of forces which is acting in the direction horizontal as well as the vertical. Next question is a very superb question. The total motion possessed by a body is called the total motion possessed by a body, which is called momentum. You can easily understand the total motion which is called a big M. Big M is called as a momentum. The big M is called as a momentum. If there is a motion, it is different. When we say total motion, which is called momentum, which is correct one. So therefore, it is derived from the Newton's second law. Let me explain that. The Newton's second law is equal to F is equal to mass into acceleration. The acceleration can be defined as dv by dt. Therefore, F into dt, which is called mass into velocity. So this is called momentum or impulse momentum. So this is the thing we have. Next, very interesting question. Which of the following is a vector quantity? Let me explain. We have a scalar as well as the vector quantity. The scalar means which is having only the direction. Okay. Okay. So the vector is having both magnitude as well as the direction. The scalar is just having only magnitude. The vector is just having magnitude and direction. Here we can say the magnitude and direction, which is called as a momentum. Momentum is that it is having both magnitude and direction. So the momentum, which is equal to force into perpendicular distance. So the force into perpendicular distance, so the distance and direction is being given. Okay, very superb question. The product of either force of a couple with the arm of the couple, which is called the product of either force of a couple with arm of the couple, which is called moment of the couple. So we can say this is the arm, which is having here the force, here is the force. So the force of a couple and arm of the couple, which is called, this is called moment of the couple. When we say here, it is called the moment of the couple. And next, very interesting question. According to Newton's first law of motion, what it says, Newton's first law means any body will continue the state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless it is acted upon some external force which is correct. So, if we are not disturbing any object on its motion, so it won't react. So that is the first law of motion. The first law of motion describes detailedly about the inertia of a body. So the inertia won't change until when you disturb it. Next question. So very superb question. Which of the following is not a vector quantity? Which of the following is not having the magnitude as well as the direction? If the weight, it is having it velocity, it is having it acceleration, it is having it force, which is having both magnitude and direction, whereas weight, which is not having any direction, because weight is directed to the mass into the gravity, so it is called as a weight. Next, a superb question, Lamis theorem. We can easily understand the Lamis theorem, the two coplanar concurrent forces acting at a point B. Therefore, these forces are in equilibrium when the force of a body which is directly proportional to the sine of the angle at the opposite side. Therefore, it is P by sine alpha, which is equal to Q by sine beta, which is equal to R by sine gamma. So this is the correct one. So option B is the correct one. Next, a superb question. The force is called coplanar when all of them acting on a body lies on. Let you remember and answer it. It is in same point or a same plane. Yes, it is on same plane. If it is a same point, it is a concurrent. If it is a same plane, it is a coplanar. And if it is a same line, it is a concurrent. So this you have to remember. In all the exams, you can expect this type of a questions. Okay. Next, the unit of moment of inertia of an area. So area moment of inertia is, so this, and mass moment of inertia is this. Okay, you can remember this. If it is an area moment of inertia, it is meter power 4, or mass moment of inertia kg meter square, kg meter square. The unit of mass moment of inertia, or moment of inertia of a mass, so it is kg meter square. So what happens? A force acting on a body, it may change the motion, it may balance the forces, or it retards its motion. So all the three things may happen. So the force acting on a body, it will change its motion, it balance other forces acting on it, it may retard its motion. And what is the Lamis theorem? Yes, I explained the previous question. If the three forces acting on a body or a particle, the three forces acting on a body or a particle at a point is in equilibrium, the each force is proportional to sine of an angle between other two forces. So the option D is the correct answer. So what is the Polygon Law of force? The correct statement of the Polygon Law of force: if any number of forces acting on a point or a body represents the direction and magnitude by sides of a polygon in taken order, the force is being equilibrium. So that is the Polygon Law of force. So option D is the correct one. Next, very superb question. Yes, Guess this. I know that you can easily guess this. The force which meet at a point and their line of action also lies on the same plane are known as, yes, it is a coplanar and concurrent force. Okay. Next, if a three forces acting in one plane upon rigid body kept at equilibrium, then they must, what happen when they must meet at a point. If it should be an equilibrium, it should meet at a point. It is a simple question of a Lamis theorem. If you are not understanding this question, you cannot answer it. So this question is an indirect answer, indirect statement about the Lamis theorem. What says if we want to make a body in equilibrium, the forces acting on a plane should meet at a point and the forces are proportional to sine of the angle between the opposite other forces. So that you have to remember. Next, a superb question. When there is a three forces, 100 Newton, 200 Newton, 300 Newton, have their line of action parallel to each other but opposite in direction. Parallel to each other but opposite in direction, then these forces are called, if I say if it is opposite to each other, these are all unlike forces. Unlike forces, but it is parallel, therefore it is unlike parallel forces. You have to remember or you have to notice these words. So line of action is parallel to each other and opposite direction. So if you watch it clearly, the question gives an answer. Many of the questions like this. Next, the necessary condition for the force to be in equilibrium, that these should be, yes, both A and B coplanar, as well as it should meet at a point. Next, for any system of coplanar forces, the condition of equilibrium is, if it is in a same plane, the condition of the equilibrium is the algebraic sum of all horizontal components should be equal to 0, vertical component should be equal to 0, momentum should be equal to 0. Let I give the coplanar forces, the sum of vertical plus the sum of horizontal plus the sum of momentum is equal to 0. So this is the equation for coplanar system. The condition of equilibrium is this. Next, D'Alembert principle. D'Alembert principle is used for, which is used for, so I can give an answer. So it is A. Let me explain this principle by means of the name D Alembert. Yes. So you have to remember the both first and last letter. The reduction of problem kinetics to equal to static problem. That is dynamic. The problem of dynamics is converted into the problem of statics. This is the principle of D'Alembert's principle. So you have to remember by the name itself, reducing the problem of kinetics to equivalent static problem. That is called, that is the principle stated by D'Alembert's. Next, which of the following is not the unit of power? You have in these type of questions, you have to notice this not. This not you have to notice. We know that kilowatt is the unit of power, HP is the unit of power, and the other two, which is very confusing. So kilocalorie per second is also a unit of power, and whereas kilocalorie per kg second is not a unit of power. This you have to remember. So next, non-coplanar, non-concurrent forces are, non-coplanar means It does not meet at a plane as well as does not meet at a point. So this is the correct statement about non-coplanar non-concurrent forces. Non-coplanar means does not meet at a plane and does not lie on a same plane, and non-concurrent means does not meet at a point. Very simple. And next, the unit of force is, you know that unit of force is Newton. And next, number of forces are acting on a point, it will be equilibrium. When it will be said to be an equilibrium, the sum of resolved parts in the vertical direction is been 0. The weight of the body is due to, yes, very simple and superb question. The weight of the body is due to gravitational force of attraction towards earth center is the center of the earth, or earth center is the correct answer. We know that mass is same, but due to the gravitational force towards the earth center makes mass into weight. So if you have any doubts or any comments, please let me do in comment section. So if you like this part 1 of objective type questions, please do like, share and subscribe the Make It a Key channel, and wait for the further updates, and the part 2 will continue soon. Thank you. Thanks for patient listening.